and my teacher came up and asked me why I did that. And 6-year-old me said, quote, "There are brown people too."
Your world. Tell me, baby, how come you don't want to love me? Don't you know that I... Oh, this thing's on. Espresso Podcast. Can we get to the question? Can we talk? Dude, I'm in a little porta potty right now, and it's never felt so right. Hold on, let me get my coffee, and let's just do our thing. Hey, question of the week. What's a weird thing you did in middle school or elementary school, or just when you're a kid growing up that you can't stop thinking about? One time we took all our shoes and socks off in religion class and washed each other's feet. Washed with a rag, soap, and water. Bare feet. 12. Then just went to social studies right after. Can we do that today? I don't know. Catholic school cult classic. Let's get to yours, though. God, I know I have one more. I remember when I was a little kid, a rabbit chased me around my house, and I swear to God, I'm not dreaming or making this up. It chased me around the house about 8 times. And I had to jump through my window to like, avoid it. I think I was maybe 4. The birth of City Bunny. But let's hear yours. The things you did as a kid that you can't stop thinking about to this day.
Junior year of high school, I worked in a fiberglass factory.
Boards.
And so they made like parts for RVs. And for some reason, as a 17-year-old, they made me the maintenance guy. Well, the maintenance guy had to clean out an acetone reclaimer every morning at like 5 a.m. with a mask, not a respirator, a mask. And it basically burned out all the cilia in my nose. And now I have practically zero sense of smell.
Same. Exact same. I didn't have to work where the Joker became the Joker. That's what I had pictured. Anybody else just picture a big like thing, a big tub of acid, big vat? How are you not a supervillain, dog? Sergeant Smell? It's, hey, kind of a blessing. You got to pop mints and gum every 4 seconds because you don't know how your breath smells, but it's kind of nice. Never know if you smell. I don't know. It just might be. Do people know when they smell? I've smelled myself maybe twice in my entire life. Smelled like a dead fucking animal. But other than that, I'm just like, reapply deodorant. I can't smell anything, especially right now. Been sick for 174 days straight. No smell. Kind of nice.
So, what's your guys' opinion on sports and video games?
Oh, this might be for my other podcast, These Guys with Joey Molinaro, every Tuesday. My opinion on sports? I can't tell if this dude's trolling. Sports only watching for the jerseys. Video games, if you want me to be completely honest and dive into this, I stopped playing video games when the PS3 came out. I got the PS3 and I was like, this is next. This is it for me. Like, I might be a gamer guy. PS2, those were video games. You're like old. You're talking about old stuff. PS2 had video games. We were having fun. The motion on the games it was so much smoother. It just felt like such a good time. PS3, I'm like, man, it's just a little too deep for me. And they don't run the same. Like on football games, on sports games, they run. It's super unrealistic. And I'll probably never play a video game because of that. If they went back to like the running motion on video games on PS2, I'd be all over it. I just can't get into it. I'm like, this is so weird to me that these guys don't run or look like this ever. They look better on PS2. You're just like old and saying that, but that's my take.
One thing I think about from childhood is one day in class we were drawing like a family, and we always had to color them in. And I just had like a 12-pack of crayons.
Peach, bro.
And those people that just had like a fucking keg. They had every colors that don't even exist. Like the macaroni and cheese crayon.
Oh, stop! I'm hungry.
That wasn't a real color, right? But everybody would color the people in with the peach-colored crayon. So essentially, like white-ish color.
Yeah.
And
I was peach.
I didn't have that, so I used the brown crayon.
Crazy work.
And my teacher came up and asked me why I did that. And 6-year-old me said, quote, "There are brown people too." Not the most PC way of saying it, but I was fucking right. Well, she was horrified, and she said, "Here's a peach-colored crayon. Don't do that again."
Bro, I think you're dead.
You're horrifying. And who knew? I was a little liberal, progressive cuck boy at 6 years old. I was like, "Teacher, do we have a DEI policy? Because my D is going to be in your fucking eye. Let's go. Let's go."
I can't smack the walls in here because I'm in like a porta potty, and I think there's a podcast studio here and here, and everybody's walking by and listening. Hey, just join the Patreon. I was peach gang. If I didn't have peach, I was going straight white. Remember that white crayon? What was that for? This guy's saying crayon now. I'm OG saying crayon. How do you pronounce it? I'm saying crayon. I don't know why. Is it even a word? What's the Y doing? Once you establish how you're going to say crayon, you can't change. And I just tried. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like a phony. I feel like a fake. I went white crayon on him. Dude, you would press that white crayon so hard into coloring a white guy, into coloring a family, and it wouldn't do anything. You'd have crayon flakes. Those crayon flakes on your paper when you pressed real hard, dude, whack, straight driving a candle in your paper. I've been there. I don't think I ever went black or brown. Why'd you use brown? Because that's Akon. You don't know? Will you use brown? Don't ever do that again. What if that's Akon and Young Jeezy? What about that? I had one of those when I trying to make it easy. I had one of those when I was a kid. I think we were spelling off, OFF in cursive a lot. OFF, like repeatedly on the paper. Off. In my A's, my O's looked like A's. And my F's looked like S's. So I was just going to town, bang, 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 letter by letter, word by word by word by word. And we had to get like a whole front and back page done before recess. So I was just moving. It's the only thing I was good at was cursive. The teacher told my mom one time, like, he's got a lot of work to do, but man, his cursive, I took that to heart, bro. I went to town. I was showing off. Off. Right before we went out to recess, my teacher came up to me and she's like, "See, the thing is, your F's look like S's and your O's look like A's. So I just want you to be aware that it looks like you're spelling a different word on your paper, and we can't do that. So if you could work on your O's and F's, that would be really good. And I just looked at her like this the whole time she was talking to me. Just because I was thinking about playing basketball at recess. Didn't change a thing, babe. Thought I was good at cursive. What happened? Let's keep going.
I love you, Miss Elgin, barely melancholic and muggy boy. Whoa. Oh. And we're locked in. So, I don't always think about it, but a funny memory was, I mean, heck, we have 4 years worth of them. But one that kind of sticks out is the whole homecoming court, queen, prom king, whatever. By the way, you're telling me with Big Pharma, big drugs, big pharma, big apple, big gas. How about big royalty, huh? How about those freaking schleps over there in the Brickens, UK that we kicked their asses damn near 250 years ago-ish, right? You're telling me they're not trying to get in from the inside, if you will, by using terms like king, queen. You're telling me there's not a thing with big royalty trying to date back over 250 years after we whoop baby girls' ass. Come on. Conspiracy for another day. But anyway, so I got a call. It was like Friday night.
I love you, Milky Boy.
Workout, and it was the off season, whatever they do, the homecoming deal. And I think it was either way. I got a call. I'm like, hello. Who's that? She's like, hey, it's Mrs. Castleberry, or whatever cliche, 4-syllable high school teacher name that every hot teacher had. Like 2 total.
Crabapple.
Well, that just reminded me of Mrs. Fitzpatrick. Anyway, there's one. 4-syllable last name, teacher. She's got to be a dime. Nice.
Schmecka beer.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so she calls. She's like, hey, you're on the court. I'm like, no, I'm in the gym. What court? And she's like, station about this? That's it. So she says, you're on the court thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm in the gym. She's like, oh, why? I'm like, I don't care. I got bigger and better things to conquer than Britain's inside Ponzi scheme to take over the country via royal terms for these stupid dances. You know what I mean, babes? So that was kind of funny. And then I'm like, yeah, I got to work out to do. Give it to the next. Whoever else is in the line of Barnegat Royal. Not really anonymous anymore, but Barnegat Royalty, which is, whatever. Now the only royalty that I claim is the double whopper from Burger King. This guy! Kiss and test.
Nothing like a good skid off the highway from Milky Boy, dude. Look forward to it every week. Did he say that he forewent? Is that a word? He had to forego being on homecoming court? I was on homecoming court, and that was a shocker. And I was like, do I want to win this thing? But cringe moment of the week, I could remember homecoming. I can remember one thing from it, and it was me and 4 of my friends that thought we were so cool. I'm talking lanyards. I'm talking cutoffs. I'm talking shorts that go down to mid-calf. I'm talking ankle socks. I'm talking the worst haircuts of all time. I'm talking acne on the lower parts of your chin right here, so it looked like you're Dracula. I'm talking all that. Got up on the stage where the DJ was, and like we were in the Young Jock music video, all 4 of us jocking it, homecoming. Meet me in the trap. It's going, and if I had that recording, I think it would take me 2.5 years to build up the courage to watch that. Yo! I thought I was jocking it so clean too. When you hit it and you're just like, 4 white guys. Didn't win.
Okay, in elementary school, we would line up in 2 lines, our class, and for someone's birthday. So line up in 2 lines, everyone would face each other except the birthday kid.
Oh, God.
And they would have to start at the beginning of one side and basically run through these two lines.
Yeah.
While every student smacked their ass.
God, that's so
for birthday spankings.
funny.
Are you kidding me? What? What were we doing? What were we doing? Why did the teachers think this was cool? It's not cool. It's so weird. So freaking weird.
I don't know, though. Hey, hear me out. It's not weird if you're not doing it in a weird way, you know? That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, if the teacher was doing it, that'd be weird. Did she say the teacher was doing it? But, like, if you're not doing it in a weird way, it's like when your coach smacks your ass when you're going into a game. Like, my coach would smack the shit out of my coach would slap my ass. He'd damn near lick his fingers, smack my ass before I went in a basketball game. Just so I'd, like, work hard. Now get in the 2-3 zone. But, like, it wasn't weird. It was just like, let's go. But there was a lot of talk when I was growing up in that time about birthday spankings. Like, why was that such a thing? You want a spanking? Like, almost every teacher I had was talking about that. I had this one music teacher, biggest guy I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating for the podcast. This isn't a bit. Biggest guy. Like, pants that you've never seen before. Pants size that are so big, you're like, how do they even have that much material in the world? You ever see a guy so big that you're like, this is just insane. Biggest guy to this day. Music teacher. We said something a little, we say something smart, like a kid kind of acts up. He'd be like, you want me to turn you into a blueberry pancake? What did that mean? It's somebody's birthday? How many spankings you want? It was every teacher. It doesn't surprise me, honestly. Be honest, were you hyped to get in that line? Were you hyped to get in the spank line? I think I kind of would be. 10 years old, everybody slapping my ass. And your homie's at the end of the line just waiting, bro. Your homie's at the end of the line, and he's never cocked back so hard in his life, dude. About to wail on you. They just go right to lunch.
Yeah, so the thing I did in elementary school that I still think about, we were doing something in class, and the answer was Arkansas, and I said the answer was Arkansas.
For sure.
And the whole class laughed at me. So to this day, I still think about it, like 3 a.m. thoughts. So yeah, that's what I did.
3 a.m. thoughts, but I still see Arkansas, and I'm like, that's Arkansas. It just makes sense. It's Arkansas. I still read it in my head like that. I wish I could name the things right now that I read in my head like a 4-year-old. But then I'm like, oh, it's not that. Dude, I had a lot of those little scenarios at the board, bro. Board races, my worst nightmare as a kid. Because I didn't know anything. I was like an alien in first grade. I feel like everybody else in first grade already did everything. I'll never forget being so embarrassed at the board drawing a 3 backwards. I think that all the time. I still kind of think the 3 should be backwards. I made a question mark one time. Everybody in the whole class laughed, even the teacher, because it looked like a hockey stick. Just, I couldn't get anything right on the board, bro. It was not for me. Not for me. Still scary. Race is way scarier than popcorn reading. Popcorn reading, who can't read? You just got to pay attention. Dude, that was my thing, though. I kind of wouldn't. I'd lose track of where we were. I'd be like, hey, ain't nobody picking me, bro. Who's popcorning me? Bro, but when you popcorn the kid who couldn't read, boy. That was a moment right there. Dude, hey. Popcorn Chad. I dare you to popcorn Chad. No, I'm not going to popcorn Chad, dude. Everybody will know. Popcorn Chad, bro. I'm telling you. I got passed for a popcorn, and I was like, all right, I'll read my little section. And then I'm going to shock the world. We were reading about Egypt. Oh, my God. We were reading about Egypt, talking about temples, all this type of, all these. Bro, there's a paragraph coming up that was just a death trap. I'm talking about landmines all in this thing. It was a clean paragraph, but boy, there was a lot of akapadapooka patapata. Right before I got to it, everybody knew because you're looking at the paragraphs before you read. Like, I hope I don't get that one. Right before I got to it, Popcorn Chad. Oh, yo, no, you can hear it from the opposite end of the class. Oh, sure. Dude, I couldn't even look at the teacher in the eye because she would have gone like this. Dying. The reddest face you've ever seen in your life. Popcorn Chad. I almost didn't even finish the name. I was laughing so hard. Popcorn Chad. This dude. And with no help either. Teacher ruthless. This dude, I'm not even kidding, was stuck on the word sphinx. 6 minutes of him going like... And him like almost bailing so many times out of the whole thing. Bro, kept his head down. He really did. Took like 30 to the chin. 30 words that were just probably in the class losing it. The teacher just standing there with him. No, you got it. I can't. What is it? No, you got it. Keep going. Bro, it was like, oh, it was almost torture. It was almost like wrong. We didn't finish the lesson. Homeboy stuck on Sphinx. And then we got him on World, too, bro. He couldn't. You ever have a kid in your class that can't read so bad he mispronounces world? Oh, my God. He could not get it. Dude, world, dog. I think I even said, I started to feel bad, and I was like, world, bro. The fuck? You know what that is? Oh my God. Let's keep going. But board races though, I'll fake sick.
Your memory unlocked one of my memories from going to Catholic school.
Oh yeah.
And it was when we all had to go to confession and go into this little dark room and tell our sins to a priest. And my sins were always cheating on the spelling test or not listening to my mom. I would always feel so anxious and nervous to go admit those sins. And now as an adult, it's like, oh, that's cute. That's all you did? Yeah.
Feel you. I never just had sins like I was ready to rip off. I was like, what do you mean, dude? What do you think I'm doing? I'm 10. Talk back to my parents. It was always the standard talk back to my parents. I had the same 4 sins. What if I would have hit him with some real shit, though? Father, I am confessing my sins. I never knew what to say beforehand. Like, there's a whole thing. See, these are the things that I never knew growing up. Okay, guys. Okay. Confessing your sins when you're a kid and you're in Catholic school is scary because you're like, what are we doing? Why? But here's the parts that I hated. I was like, okay, And I'd ask like 4 of my friends to make sure, like, so we just go in there and we just say things that we feel bad about, like our sins. And they'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, okay. In my head, I'm like, there's not something we say before. Is there like a prayer? Like, do we say like, hello, Father? Like, what are we doing? And I swear to God, everybody else knew what to do. It's because yeah, but like, fill your boy in. So I just went up in the confessional booth with like this wicker screen in between me and Father John. And I'd just be like, I kind of sassed back. I'd be saying like family words like that I didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of talking back. I was like, I don't know. I said I vacuumed the living room, but I just like went around the table one time. Like shit like that. And then he'd be like, no, you got to do the intro. And there'd be like a prayer part we had. Me say them all over again. But the worst part about the whole thing, everybody exiting would like go out some door. And nobody ever filled me in. So I just went out of the confessional and sat back in the church. Like I went the wrong way every single time. Why are you guys going out that door? Dude, it's those little parts that I was like, bro, I have no idea what door we're.
I had these platform lime green foam flip-flops, and I really wanted my mom to buy me some new ones when I was younger.
Kind of hard.
And I had this master plan that I was going to dump a ton of chunky, mild salsa in them.
Yo.
And then I was just going to like slosh around in them and make them smell. So she thought I had to have new shoes because they were just ripe, right? I don't remember if it worked or not. But the next one is I got really pissed at my neighbor because she ratted on my best friend and I growing up. So we egged her driveway. And then my mom made us go scrub it
God.
off. Stupid.
I feel like egg in a driveway would do some damage, though. All those shells. And like egg residue kind of takes a minute to get that off of stuff. Egg residue on the side of a pan, still can't get it off. Every pan I own, you crack an egg on the side, drips down the side. How come I can't clean that? Oh, oh my gosh, yep. Stick pans. What about the outside? Infomercials, pan slaps. Always want it, bro. It's tough to get eggs up, man. You're probably screwed. You probably had to power wash that joint. Hey, can we start power washing absolutely everything? It can't just be me that just walks around in buildings. Where I go, and the first thing they need to power wash that. Is that like an old person thing? I swear I was thinking that the first time I saw a power washer when I was a kid, I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, this exists? The first time, everybody remembers the first time they saw a power. Now we're talking, dude. What have I been doing? I see some siding, I'm like, get hype. Don't let me get near a power washer. In that siding right there, I'll be out there for hours. It's my whole TikTok. So, like, what's your For You page? If I girl my... I don't even know what to say. All cats, all dogs, and power washers. Okay, let me see your explore page. It's a dog so happy that he has a watermelon. That's my explore page. And then like dudes working out deltoids. Don't let me get my hands on a power washer. My number one, hey, this might be the question next week. What's your number one present that you've wanted your whole entire life and never gotten? Just the number one thing. You might have not even told anybody you wanted it. For me, give me a power washer. I'm talking top of the line. Like, I want a $750 power washer. I feel like that would be like a good one. But everybody knows where they were when they first saw my friend's house, 4th grade. His dad rented a power washer to just blast the deck. And I'm telling you, when he was done, this deck looked 100% like they just built a new deck. I was like, where has this invention been? In my head, I'm like, my dad doesn't know about this. My mom doesn't know about this. This is some state-of-the-art technology. Okay, did Tony Stark? Who invented this? The way you could just clean some shoes with that. Oh, my God.
When I was in elementary, right, this was like 3rd, 4th grade, and I was like sitting there doing my work, and like I was like writing stuff on a paper, right, and I had a pencil, and I had put it down, like I had put it down on the table, and it was standing up, and this girl, I saw her look at the pencil, and she puts her elbow right there. And she says I stabbed her, and I got in trouble. I got suspended because she says I stabbed her when I literally told them the truth, bro. Like, oh my God, that's one thing I still think about to this day.
There's so many snakes in elementary school. Do you actually remember that? The people that would like tell on you. Sometimes I was like, I know why there are bullies though. Like I know why people get their ass kicked in elementary school. Because you're really gonna like, hey, tattle on me? There really are like teachers' pets, all that shit. I didn't think any of that was real, but I was like, oh, you're really gonna like tell on me to get an advantage? Cause I'm like, hey, faster than you? Dude, that elementary school drama, I love it so much. The amount of something funny in a group, and the person would laugh and then go tell on me. Dog, this is not how it works. If you're going to be the tell on me kid, you can't laugh at it and be in on it. And then I got to go retell on you when the teacher comes to me and confronts me. His pencil box was like pretty much broken. And I just opened it. It ripped apart. And actually, Andrew was laughing and like egging me on. So, what do you mean? He was in it. He was part of the group. He was part of the funny biz. He's part of the monkey biz, babe. Now you're coming at me all sideways. And guess what? It was funny, too. Hit her with this after. If you smap! That was the hardest shit ever.
Hi, Mr. Benedict, sir.
I'm nervous for this one.
In 3rd grade, I was eating a box of Sour Patch gummies, and the goddamn thing took off my damn taste buds. And that shit was horrible. Oh, excuse my language, my bad.
You good?
Anyway, have a good day.
Took off the taste buds. I'm trying to remember the first time something just ripped buds out of my mouth. I am not saying that because I'm old. This in podcast or anything, but like everything was just pure then. Almost peak internet now for sure. But that was like the beginning. Why am I drinking my coffee like this? All right, 2002. My dad's coaching for a football thing, University of Indianapolis. They're playing a team in Ohio called Ashland University. They're pretty good. Wild card team. Could put up 40 on you. Some weeks, other weeks, what happened to them? Kind of a shaky game. Last game of the year. My sister's like, do you want to go? Road game. It's 3 hours away. Trying to go? I'm like, yeah, let's go. It'll be kind of hype if we win and like we're there and like we see it and like it's cool. I'm eating those Altoids citrus flavored. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. Kind of same vibe as Sour Patch Kids. A little bit. I eat them all in like 10 minutes because why wouldn't you? Couldn't feel my tongue for a week. Bring them back though, please. Couple more.
What up? So, what did I do in elementary school that I still think of today is anytime that I had to go number 2 and drop a deuce, I never did it in the general public school hallway bathrooms. I would have to go to the nurse's office and pretend I had a stomach ache. And then they had one single bathroom in there. And I would either go into there or I would tell them to call my mom to pick me up.
Crazy.
So I could go home and go to the bathroom comfortably. Because sometimes in that nurse's office, there'd be like 10 kids in there and I still couldn't go comfortably. But I still think of times where I'm in public where I really can't go to the bathroom in public unless it's like something that has a closed door. It's just a personal thing. And a lot of people have that issue. But it's fucked up. It's still fucking ruins my life to this day.
That's crazy to me. Can't drop a deuce in public. I'm telling you what, dog. I'm the complete public. You know? Right now, my mom and my sister in Utah, I would never, ever deuce in there. You telling me they just got to walk around in the apartment and smell it? Dude, no. I'll walk to Whole Foods, drop deuce in front of everybody in the whole... I don't know, you guys. Dude, and that goes for when... Maybe I'm just weird. That goes when I have a girlfriend. If you have a girlfriend and you're out the whole day, I'm shitting everywhere. I don't know what she thinks I'm doing. Maybe she's like, oh, you're just taking a you know? But I'm definitely not going in the hotel. I think if I was sharing a hotel with my best friend, I would still go to the lobby. Just out of respect. Dude, dropping deuce, going 2 in public? I'll put my butt on anything. You kidding me? Airport toilet. What's the worst that can happen? Porta potty toilet when you gotta go. I just hate being uncomfortable, man. I'll go anywhere. Outback Steakhouse. Boom, done it. I want a map of all the those maps of like, it's like a half court. Looks like half court, and it's all the shots Steph Curry has made, like from like outside of the arc. I want that, but for places I've taken a deuce, places I've taken a dump. Whole Foods, like 33 red dots on that one. Porta potties randomly. Starbucks. I want all the places, dude. I might be leading the league in public poops. Let's keep going.
All right, Benny. I got a good story for you.
Love this guy.
6th grade. I'm with a friend, the kind of friend that your parents would say, oh, so-and-so is a bad influence on you. You know, like the troublemaker kid, right? The known neighborhood troublemaker.
He knows a lot, though.
Anyhow, I was friends with this kid. We were in deep, 6th grade. He was getting me to talk like a sailor, get me to, just talk about all kinds of crazy shit.
I think that was
things
me.
I never would have talked about.
I think I was that kid.
Think about things I never would have thought about. He's telling me all this shit that he's seen on the internet, right? One day, we decide, hey, let's like smoke. Let's be cool, like, and just like smoke, And I was like, okay, cool. Like, he's like, we can make our own cigarettes. So we literally just had like pieces of paper, just rolled them up into the shape of a cigarette. It's not like we stuffed them with anything. We didn't put anything in them. They were just hollow pieces of paper. But he's like, oh, well, I have this like scented, like cherry scented lip balm stuff or whatever. So he like rubbed it on the paper so that the paper would have some kind of like flavor, some scent to it. And then we rolled that up and then we like lit that. And then we like sat there and like smoked it. And we were so like, we felt so like cool and felt like so like badass and smart. We were like, yeah, we just made our own cigarettes. Yeah. And we're sitting there like smoking, quote unquote. And then we're laughing and having fun. Turns out, you know, we're sitting by the like loading dock, like we're just hiding around the corner of the loading dock.
Yeah, always in
where
a
the
weird
cafeteria
spot.
is. And then next thing we know, we hear this guy, "Are you guys smoking?" And I remember just both of us looking at each other and just being like, "Oh shit, like we're fucked." And then, long story short, we get taken to the principal's office, everything, and it wasn't even that cool because it wasn't for actual cigarettes. It was just these stupid pieces of paper that we brought and rolled into cigarette-shaped things. So yeah, we fake smoked cigarettes and then still went to the principal's office and got in trouble. Never tried that again. So I guess it worked. All right, see ya, Benny.
God, I love you, man. That's the kind of vulnerability we want. Give me the stories, baby. Oh, it's not funny enough. It's not this. It's not that. Trust me. Everybody remembers the first time they smoked, too. Yep. Everybody remembers two things. First time they saw a power washer, first time they smoked. And the weird place, dude, everybody smokes in the weirdest places. Behind a dumpster, at the school by my house. It's always by a school. Or a church. I guarantee church is the most sacred place of all time. How many bad things have people done at churches? There's a point in my life where people were making out on top of our church. You ever been so bored with your friends that you go back to your school on the weekend, climb on top of the church and make out on it? Or you're so bored on the weekend, you go back to your school on a Saturday, climb on top of the church and just talk to your friends about making out with girls while you're just sitting on top of the church. No girls even there. For what? Cherry chapstick paper, though. Gotta want to smoke it. All right, one more, then we got to bounce. They're going to kick me out of this porta potty.
My name is Molly Norman. I live in a small town in Minnesota. And Anonymous. I know a lot of people listen to, so they're going to hear this and remember this.
I can't wait.
When I was in first grade, I'm 36 years old. When I was in first grade, the scissors that we had, like, you know, the little ones with the rounded tips, they were always like rusty and loose and wouldn't work right. So one day when I was in first grade, I went and got a scissors and walked back to my desk. On my way back to my desk, I went by one of my classmates and I cut their hair to see if that was a good scissors or not, to see if I got a good scissors or not. I went by and I cut my friend's hair and acted like she wouldn't know that she just had her hair cut. Like I tried to be all nonchalant, just going by, just snip and cut a huge chunk of her hair off. Oh my gosh. And then, so we would have like these booklets that would get sent home to our parents.
Oh God. Dude.
And I still have mine and it has that written down in it. And like how I couldn't go to recess and I couldn't do the fun activities. Oh my goodness. Anyways, that was that.
Incident in school. Never fails. Boy, joking. I swear. She's one of those girls though that like she's in on the joke. She gets the joke. But like halfway through the joke, you could tell like she wasn't joking anymore, bro. She started crying and I was like, damn. Oh my God, we put gum in my friend's hair one time and he got so mad. But this is the class clown. Class clown sitting in front of us. We put gum in his hair. Like, yeah, dude. I mean, one of your own tricks, big dog. Got mad. I was like, shut up. Just cut it out of your hair. Oh, you're mad that we put gum. Okay. Never. Oh, you know what? I fell asleep one time at my friend's house. Joe King's. He cut the front of my hair. And I'm telling you, for 3 weeks, I had no idea. I was just like, something is so different with my hair. It's never looked like this before. And like, I was like, did you guys do something? He's like, yeah, we cut your hair when you were sleeping and you just now figured it out. I think I'm going to milk it in here till they kick me out. Dear Diary, I got another one. One time, there's this handicapped kid in my class, and he was really smart, kind of funny. Always made fun of me that my name was Benedict. I never understood that. Like, it was like the first part of my life was everybody making fun of him. Oh, Benedict. They all made fun of my name, and I was like, how do you know that it's a name to make fun of? You're 8. All first grade. It was all it was. And I was like, whatever. One time, I asked him if I could borrow a pencil, and I was like, yo, can I borrow a pencil? For some reason, I was always the kid borrowing pens and pencils. Can I borrow a pen? Why did I never have a goddamn pen? Asked him for a pencil. He gave it to me. And when I have a pen or pencil, I don't care whose it is or it was or who it belongs to. It's just kind of mine. I have that mentality. I don't know if it's selfish or something, but if I have a pen, it's just my pen now. I'm doing everything with it. I'm hitting my teeth. This is first grade. I'm like getting my earwax out with the cap, looking at it, probably eating it, picking at my eye, like scratching the back of my head and my neck, like getting all that, like doing, I don't care, dude. It's a pen. If somebody did all that with a pen and gave it back to me, I'd be like, I mean, yeah, it's a pen. It's just part of the game, dude. Dude, I got this pen and I had my foot up like this and I was scratching the side of my foot inside of my shoe and sock with this dude's pen. I'm telling you, I probably had like athlete's foot. This is dude that doesn't really wear socks and shoes sometimes because he saw his uncle do it and was like, that's kind of a good look. Still do it. Did it today. Socks weren't clean. Went the whole day. Whole day, no socks. In the summer, it's hot out here. Kind of feels right. Tried to give him the pencil back. He goes, bro, you can just keep it. Even the handicap kid was like, kind of had enough of you, dog. Kind of had enough of it. Kind of feel bad. At all, though, because I'm like, dude, it's a pen. Dude, if you like your pen so... Shut up about your pen. Where's my pen? That kid. Get along with him. You lost my pen? I'm like, yeah, I lost your pen. I never really had a pen. I was just using all the pens that just like resurfaced. The pen distribution The pen distribution system. Never had a pen. Last 2 days of the week. National Kitten Day. I found my the cat that I found in the cat distribution system. Remember that time I was parked at a Goodwill to do an open mic and somebody just dropped their cat off at the front of Goodwill? And I was like, oh my God. I got to do something. Almost kept the cat. Brought it to the local bar. Went back to the bar. The cat's there. Still hates me. But don't leave me around a cat that looks like a cheetah. If I find a cat that looks like a cheetah that's actually just a cat, keeping the cat. And I will fall in love with it. Friday. French fry day? Speaking of French fries, whatever. I'm sick of the crinkle fry hate right now. There's a lot of that going on the internet. These are the worst fries. They're not. They're not. They're almost the best. If you really want to talk fry rankings, the crinkle fry slaps. You just got to cook them right. Bro, that kind of burnt crinkle fry from the Ore-Ida bag, dipped in ketchup, smack me into next week. Smack my ass and call me Becky. Give me a full plate. I want purple ketchup on top. And flip me off and leave the house. Can we put some disrespect on cold brew coffee? He's talking about food again. Has anybody ever liked cold brew coffee? Okay, it came out. It was all the hype. But then you came back to your senses and you were like, what is this? I asked for an iced coffee, got a cold brew. Is this car sludge? How come every time I drink a cold brew coffee, it makes me feel hungover and like I'm inside of a Kohl's or something? I'm like, I can't even think straight. This is so gross. Who's out here getting cold brew still? Nitro cold brew? Kill me. Nitro cold brew. Sounds like a horrible idea all the time. Tell me one person who's hitting up cold brew coffee. Oh, you mean engine sludge? At a cool temp without ice? Weird that it's cold without ice too. I don't trust it. Saturday. Eat your Jell-O day. Don't get me started on Jell-O. Jell-O's such a summer food. Yo, you get the Jell-O, the red and blue Jell-O with the Cool Whip. That's my national anthem right there. And why, you know when you were making Jell-O and you had to like use hot water with the powder? Why'd I want that more than the Jell-O? You know when your mom's making Jell-O and it's like kind of hot and that you can smell the flavor? You're like, ooh, I kind of want to drink that. That's where my free will kicks in right there. You know what? Instead of hot coffee, you know what I want? Hot Jell-O mix. Hot Jell-O mix and water. Wake me up right when you drink it. Wake me up and I can't wake up. Wake me up and save me. Blue Jell-O in a clear wine glass with Cool Whip. On the bottom, Jell-O. Cool Whip again. Jell-O. Cool Whip again. Jell-O. Layered Cool Whip in blue Jell-O. Who's not? Sunday, beans and Frank's Day. So many. So many beans, and I hate to say it, man, on behalf of the beans community, beans are just nothing. I know. It's hard to hear it. It's hard to hear, but you got to. Just one day, you got to come to the realization that beans are nothing. Chipotle, do you want rice or beans? Which rice? Which beans? Neither, because they don't do anything. Baked beans? Waste of my time. Bro, black beans had me hypnotized for probably 6 years. The way I was taking down a whole can of black beans and eggs every single day for probably 3 years. Clockwork. Black beans. Who told me black beans were going to solve the world's problems? Yeah, just eat black beans. You'll become a superhero. That's what I felt like I was doing every time. It was my Popeye spinach, black beans. I remember freaking out during COVID because I couldn't find black beans anywhere. What am I gonna do? It was just like it's super like vegan. I don't. It does. It's nothing. But a little secret to the game. You get some baked beans. I'll hurry up. Last thing I'll say. You get some baked beans, and you eat those with tortilla chips. Tell them I sent you. That shovel, that snow shovel of beans on the tortilla chip. Just try it, babe. That's it. All the way from Park City, Utah. Great voice messages. Say it all, bro. Leave it. If you don't think it's a good voice, if you this, that, no excuses, baby. Put it on. Put it on. We'll talk it out. I love you guys for real. Come to the show. Maryland, September 25th. New stuff dropping on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that. Get the merch. Join the page. Tell the homies. Love you guys for real. We're all one person. I'll see you next time. Have fun.